Okay, so next in the Halloween franchise review is Halloween. Well, this is the Miramax collection. I want to get the movies individually and on a better quality, but at the time, this was the cheapest way I could get all three of the Miramax Halloween movies. But of course, I'm going to review Halloween 6 or Halloween the Curse of Michael Myers, which came out in 1995. And this movie is actually had a lot of rewrites and stuff. There was a fan named Daniel Farrens who they picked up to write this movie because he was a huge fan of the series. But after they changed so many directors that they went with Joe Chappelle. And I know a lot of it rewrites is because when they first test screened this movie to an audience, a lot of people were complaining about what was in the movie and they wanted to change. So basically, they went down the route of making it more of a slasher fest, more of a body count gore movie. And this movie has another cut called called the producer's cut, and which when I first saw it, now it's on official release, and it only comes in the Halloween Blu-ray collection set. But when I first saw it, it was a bootleg, and I found it on YouTube. So I haven't seen that cut in a long time. It was a long ago. And but I remember certain aspects of it, but a lot of people like that version better. And that goes more into like the lore of Cult of Thorn and stuff like that. So this movie is about a new family that is living in the Strode house, and no, it's not Strode house, the Myers house, but it's the Strode family. So I guess they're descendants of Laurie Strode, and the the daughter, I guess, she's she's living with her parents, and like dad's an asshole. Like he always like she has a young son named Danny, and she has brother a brother. I guess he's a teenager. Who's kind of like the jokester and stuff. They're like the only two that get along. But like the father's like an asshole. He's always like talking bad about her, smacking her around and shit. Like he's like one of the worst abusive fathers I ever seen in a movie. Like I know he's supposed to be like asshole and stuff, but I mean he's like the worst. Like Beverly Marsh's father and it was kind of extreme, and like the dad from Deadly Friend, but was kind of extreme too. But this, yeah, he was the dick too. He's always talking bad about her and her son. He always calls her son a bastard and stuff like that. Well, her son is having like visions of Michael, and like he starts displaying like violent tendencies. Not much, because like when the father gets up to go slap the daughter, he's about to slap her. He pulls out a knife and sticks it at him like that. Sticks it towards him like that. And the mother too. The mother's like very submissive. It doesn't say much at all. But like yeah, the son starts having visions of Michael and the character called the Man in Black. And of course, every Halloween movie, there's a new set of teenagers that he has to go follow and kill. Because I don't know why, but anyways, so we meet a character who's actually the adult version of Tommy from the first movie. I had his name in my head. Dang. Tommy Doyle. He was the little boy in the first Halloween movie, but now he's an adult, and he's played by Paul Rudd. And this is like one of the first movies Paul Rudd played in, and he's like kind of weird now. He's like a loner, he creeps he creeps on the woman that the I forgot her name, but the oldest Strode daughter next door. He always like looks out the window at her, watches her change, and he's like obsessed with Michael Myers and like what happened and stuff. 'Cause he has like not posters, like news clippings all over his wall about Michael Myers and what happened in Halloween 1978 and all that. And he calls up this radio station and he's like, I think Michael Myers is back and all that. And he's like, the guy's like, yeah, you're just a crazy conspiracy theorist. You're alone. And then all these murders start happening. And so we see the Jamie Lloyd character, but this time she's played by a different actress, and she's much older now. I guess she's supposed to be a teenager, but she was older than a teenager. And she Michael was chasing her, and at the beginning of the movie, there's this. It opens with a voiceover Paul Rudd, and you see like the satanic ritual happening or something, where you see like a people dressed in black robes, and this baby. A woman delivers this baby, and then like they take this baby to like the basement area of the hospital, and they're doing like this ritual, and they put like the P looking symbol, but it's the Cult of Thorn symbol, and you find out that was Jamie, and she's trying to escape from the hospital, and she takes the baby, and the nurse like she's like, oh, I'll get you out, and the nurse leads her out the hospital, and then Michael finds the nurse, and then he takes her, and there's like a spike sticking out of the wall. He takes her and just smashes her head back on it. Jamie escapes, and she's trying to hide from Michael. She goes to this bus station, hides the baby, which Tommy later finds the baby at the bus station when he's walking around. But which I didn't get that scene because there's bloody footprints in there, and the place is operating. It's daytime. There's people in there. Like, how the hell did they not see bloody footprints leading to the fucking bathroom? I was like, okay, that made no sense. But anyways, so Michael catches Jamie, and mind you, this is like the first few minutes of the movie. Catches Jamie and then takes her. There's like a thresher kind of thing, and smashes her down and like pokes up through her like that. And I was like, why did you kill her off? Like, why did you even try bringing her back? And I know Danielle Harris had a problem with the script because she wanted to go back, but she didn't like how they were gonna treat the Jamie character, so she's like, screw it, you can find someone else. And that's what they did, and I can see why, because it's a disservice to that character. But anyway, so if basically the rest of the movie follows Tommy when he finds the baby, he's trying to keep him at the house protected, and Danny's having those visions and stuff of Michael, and then like the older, I forgot that woman's name, but she's like, yeah, my son's been acting weird and stuff. So, and then Tommy tells her about Michael, and then like the Cult of Thorn, and then there's a scene where this old lady where they're asking her about what happened at the Myers house back in 1963, and she said like there was an alignment in the sky, and somehow Michael got taken over by this curse or something, and it made him kill his sister. Like, he heard a voice saying, kill your whole family. And she said, yeah, I was there when I was young when that happened and all that. And I was just, I don't know, it was confusing. And then there's like, Michael starts killing people off as typical. There's like one particular scene where there's like a music festival thing going on. Or it was like a radio, like a Halloween festival thing going on. and someone gets killed, and they hang him up in the tree. And there's like these little kids dancing underneath it, and this girl's like, "Look, it's raining," and there's like fucking blood dripping on her, and like Tommy looks up, and there's a dead body up in the tree. Um, there's God, what was I saying? But the finale where they go back to the hospital because Michael, takes the baby and Danny and stuff, so they had to go back. And you find out that one of the doctors that was working with Loomis before is actually the Man in Black and was trying to get information out of Loomis, to find out where the baby was and whatever, and about Michael. So they go back to the hospital where there's supposed to be like this ritual going on, and it's Loomis, Tommy, and that woman. I don't know her name. And for some reason, uh, Michael goes crazy and starts slaughtering everyone in this one room. It's like a very bloody scene. You can't really tell what's going on because a bunch of strobe lights and shit. But like he's massacring people, and you see like blood splashing over the windows and stuff. And then like he escapes, and then him and Loomis fights again, and then Tommy beats him with a pole and stuff. And then you think, oh, he's dead, and then they walk outside, and then Loomis is like, well, I'm gonna stay back 'cause something has to be done. And then it cuts to black, and all you hear is Loomis screaming, no, like that. And then it's like, what the hell happened? And then, because they didn't really explain it, and then it was like, well, and that was Donald Pleasant's last movie, and then it's like, well, that was a disservice to him. But I forgot to mention another cool death scene in this movie is the abusive father. Freaking Michael takes him and electrocutes him, and it's like really gory, like his skin's peeling off and like burning up. And there's like foam coming out of his mouth, and then I was like, damn. And then yeah, like I said, I know like I didn't really didn't really explain the plot that well, but this is another movie I don't watch that much. I only seen a few times and I hate it. That's like one of the worst sequels in the franchise. I would only recommend it. I mean, there's some fans of it, and I seen the producer's cut, but like I said, I don't remember that much about it. I know there were certain things didn't like about it. Like there's one particular scene where Tommy's walking, where he's trying to stop Michael in the hospital, and he places like these rune stones on the ground, and for some reason that prevents Michael from not moving and stuff, and that's like, I don't get it. Like, I just didn't get it. And then like, I mean, both versions I'm not really a fan of. I mean, I gotta watch the producer's cut again, but I know there are fans of this movie, especially of the producer's cut. But I would only recommend it if you're watching the whole series, But that's my review.